Hello, welcome to another episode of my vocal journal. I started recording earlier, and it was like the intro was different from what I would normally say. I was like, hello, welcome to another episode of my vocal journal. And I was asking myself, do I usually say it like that? Do I actually say another episode of my vocal journal? Or do I just go, hi, this is my vocal journal? But I think I interchange between the two. So I had to go listen to like the last two or three episode I recorded and realize that I actually say hi or hello, welcome to another episode of my vocal journal. So hi. And as usual, I would ask you, or I will ask you, how are you? How are you doing? We are growing, we are adults, and the hustle, the bustle, the everything of life usually takes up most of our time, and we don't pause to examine or reevaluate or just check how we are doing mentally, especially. Physically, your body will definitely tell you when something is wrong. You break down, you have headaches, you fall ill, you have running stomach or running nose or blurry visions, etc., etc. So your body will definitely tell you when things are going wrong. But mentally, you don't know until it has compounded, and then it's just going to blow up in your face, and then you just realize that, oh, you're sad, you are depressed, you are not focused, and it didn't happen immediately. Those things are not like symptoms of something that happened that day. It's probably things that has compounded over time, and then it is the effect is now showing. So I want to make it a habit of asking you or helping you to pause and ask yourself how you're doing internally, mentally, even physically. Sometimes the symptoms may not come immediately. So, how are you doing? How was your day? How is your day going? How are you doing? Depending on the time, let me talk like one TikTok influencer. Depending on the time you come across, how does she even say? Well, whatever. Whenever you come across this video, just pause for. It doesn't have to be for like a minute. Just few seconds and ask yourself how you're doing. If there's a place you need to work on, like there's an aspect of your life you need to work on, then you probably just focus on that for the rest of the day. Yeah, so how are you doing? Before recording today's episode, I was thinking back. In fact, I'm still going to talk. I have something I want to talk about. But before recording this episode, I was just thinking back, and I also thinking about my vacation. It's like I've used a lot of episodes to talk about my trip to Nigeria, and I realized two things that I didn't point out. I have kind of gotten my spark back. Not entirely, but I realized that these days I play music for half of 2025. I didn't subscribe for my Spotify. Like I think the last subscription was in May of 2025, and that was around the time I also stopped recording. And the whole of 2025 till December, I did not subscribe for my Spotify. That automatically means I was not listening to music as much as I used to. I was using YouTube Music, the free version, but it can be uncomfortable sometimes. You can't be listening to music and be doing other things if you're using the free version, because it requires that you have to like be on the platform while listening to music. So because of that, I can't like listen to music for a long time. There are times where I would have to like share my screen because my phone gives me the privilege of sharing my screen, so I can be doing two things at the same time, maybe listening to the music and browsing browsing through social media. But then it's not enjoyable because your screen is split into half. You have to be using the small portion that has been assigned to the second half to do whatever you want to do, and it's not enjoyable at all. So it means that most part of 2025 I was not listening to as much music. I don't even know what I was doing with my spare time. Movies, I'm not even sure I did a lot of movies also, because I got there were not much interesting movies to watch, probably because of how I was feeling. But I don't even know what I was doing with my spare time. But then I realized that this year I've already subscribed to my Spotify. I listen to music more, and I don't just listen to music. I have my dance party. I play music and I dance. I dance my heart, my soul, and everything. It feels so good, and I've done that like a lot of times, and I realized that like for when I went to church on Sunday, I just didn't want to just sit down or let them do praise and worship, let the bishop come and preach. I stood up, I wanted to dance, I was not shy. I was like following up everything that was happening. So I think that's a sign, right? I might be wrong, but that's a sign that I'm gradually getting my spark back. I remember thinking to myself that I want to be this goofy, this unserious, like just have fun within, not party kind of fun, within myself, by myself, with my family, just have fun, not always feel like dull and everything. That is one thing I noticed. Another thing I noticed after is that I have energy. Remember, I told you I used to organize dance parties for myself and my baby, obviously. So definitely requires energy. So I have unexplained energy. And why I'm saying that is these days I want to just do everything around the house. I want to cook. Like for example, yesterday, I think I cooked 3 things yesterday. And out of those 3 things, it's not like we're eating any of them anytime soon. Out of those things, I think it's just the stew that we've had, we've eaten from, right? Yeah, I don't know. But I have the energy. I want to do this. The kitchen has to be sparkling. I'm cooking. I'm cleaning. I'm sweeping. I'm taking care of baby. I'm keeping her entertained. I'm studying. I'm like, the energy is there. Do I get tired? Obviously, I do get tired. I get tired. There are times, like today, I was just, okay, I'd already done most of the things I wanted to do. So today I was just lazing about. So I'll sit down, stand up, do whatever I want to do, right? But then I just noticed that the energy is there. Like before, by the time I've done 1 or 2 things, I'll start thinking about my life. Like, is this what I have come to this life to do? Well, but now I think the energy is there. The energy is there because I had the opportunity to at least relax a bit. I didn't do a lot of house chores while I was back in Nigeria. So I think I'm making up for those house chores I didn't do. And my husband is usually not home. So I have like the space, the time, the freedom, the energy, to do a lot of things. And those are the 2 things I've noticed. If I notice another thing before my next episode, I'm definitely going to talk about it. So get ready to hear more about my holiday activities and so on and so forth. I was supposed to have uploaded another episode, but I was just going through my YouTube what statistics or whatever what's called. So usually whenever I upload an episode, I just share it on my WhatsApp. That's just it. I only share on my WhatsApp. And I don't even share it with any major expectations. I just like share. Let it not be like I don't share it. You understand? But lately I've been noticing that the numbers are coming up. And yeah, people contact from my WhatsApp are listening. But the other people that are listening that I'm like, what are they listening? How are they even finding my content? And then it makes me realize that I'm not ready for video podcast because I can't put my face out there. Like now, people will not have an image with the voice, like they will side by side. So now all my activities on social media will be compared to what I am saying on my podcast. Let it be people that know me. Let them be the only ones to associate my voice and my face together. Because people are listening, and I'm like, how are they finding me? The numbers are not like major, are not in thousands or hundreds, at least not yet. But before, I would literally just have few persons listening. And when I see the numbers, I can tell who has listened, which is my husband, my elder brother, my mother, and one of my friend, Ugochi. Those are like the people I can like vouch that these people have listened to the voice. So the numbers I can relate it with the people that have listened to it. I can count on my fingers people that listen to it. But now the numbers are increasing. I'm like, how? I'm not even doing anything. I only share it once and that's it. But then you go back and you see within 48 hours, so numbers have listened. How? Where are they getting? Where are they? And I think it's also has something to do with one of my episodes. I remember I have a topic I want to talk about. I have not spoken about it and time is running out. So I remember one time I did an episode about um, making my husband sing Arsenal anthem, something like that. And I titled it "Not London Forever," which is like the title of the first line of the Arsenal anthem. So I think people go search for that song, and then somehow the algorithm bring out my own podcast and they listen to it. And because people are listening to that podcast, it now brings up more of my content to other people, not just that one. So I'm getting wait, but why am I explaining my content and everything to people? I thought I wanted to say something. So yeah, that's it for that. Today's episode is a bit late, and that's because remember I told you I have a lot of energy, so I was using that energy to do house chores and just literally studying. I've been hitting deadlines and deadlines and deadlines, and that book I said I was going to read. Remember I said I was going to read the book, right? I think I've read like the first two lines of that book, just the first two lines. I don't know why I'm being lazy to read book, and that book is a very good book, a very good book. I know I'm going to benefit for it, bro, but I don't know why I'm not reading it. Is it because my spare time? I use my spare time. I won't lie. I use my spare time to watch movies or to study. Mostly studies. Movies are like bedtime. You know when you give a child bedtime, you tell a child bedtime stories or you sing a child to bed. And that's what I used to do with my movies now. I watch like an episode and then I go to bed. So most of my free time when I'm done with everything I have to do, I study because I have deadlines. Because I'm doing it works with deadlines. I have deadlines to meet up. Maybe that's why I've not been able to read that book. But I know that's an excuse because if I'm intentional about reading that book, I will do it. So if you're listening to this and you're wondering why this guy is just rambling and rambling, this is my vocal journal. That is the essence. Just like the name is saying, my vocal journal. So it's just me talking about things that would normally be in a journal or in a diary, not in a journal. I know journals are like gratitude and looking back and everything. So that's just why I'm doing most of this thing. So I'm not going to talk about what I was going to talk about because the time is running fast. But I'm going to give a hint on what it is. Probably in the next episode, I'm going to talk about it. So I was on Twitter X on some days back when they were dragging one particular not public figure, ex-influencer. They were dragging her, and I was wondering what she has done again this time because she's always on the chopping board. What has she done today, this time? So she commented on somebody's post. So I had to do my own personal investigation. You understand? I have to find the roots of the dragging because I cannot just be taking. I cannot just look at the surface. I need to know why they are dragging her. So a lady apparently posted that it took her being a mom to realize that she doesn't want to be a mom. And this particular ex-influencer quoted it and was like, this one or this one hates Abby, this one resents her child. And then the main poster was like, you don't even know me, you don't even know the sacrifice I've done for my child. How, why would you just... So yeah, that was how the whole thing started. And then other people started talking about their experience as mothers. Somebody talked about how she had a very smooth pregnancy. Like throughout the 9 months, it was smooth. There was no pregnancy symptom, nothing at all. And then even the delivery was very smooth and not traumatic at all. But then she's not going to do it again. That's what she said. Then another person was like, she has 2 children, I'll be one child, something like either 1 or 2, but she's sure within her that she is not going to have another child again. So there are a lot of persons that said, oh, them and their partner wanted to have 4 or 5 children, but after having the first child, even the husband was the one that said, we are no longer having another child. And it's until you become a parent without help. When I mean help, is that no house help. I mean, I don't know how those people feel because I've not been in a position of having a house help. But until you become a parent and you are intentionally present, taking care of your child, it's not the one you be a parent and you just keep cocoa melon for the child and you live your life. You are intentional about the child, you are present, you are taking care. Until then, you can't have opinion about other people. In fact, even if you're having it easy, it doesn't mean another person should have it easy. Motherhood is parenthood. Let me not say motherhood. Parenthood is, it comes in different layers. And because one is having it easier doesn't mean that is the status quo. That doesn't mean that's how everybody should have it or that's how everybody is having it. So yeah, that's what I was going to talk about. And I've given a hint or I've given a preamble, a brief introduction to it. Hopefully next week I don't ramble about my week and forget or and skip what I want to talk about because now this is getting long. Like it's getting long. So until next time, wait. Oh wait. And this is the most important part of my podcast. So these days I don't have any active plan that I'm on. I'm reading on youth version. So what I usually do is I read the verse of the day and then I just go about maybe search for some Christian content online. But then there's been a lot of reassurance on youth version. It's like they're using the month of January to reassure people about the goodness of God. And I would encourage you to actually take your time. Maybe because if you're like me that you've not really had the time or you can't just create time, right? Just read the rest of the day. You are going to be blessed. You are definitely going to be blessed. So until next time, this is my vocal journal. Peace out. Bye.